All right, hello and welcome back. Today's lesson is from a student who is kind of stuck and doesn't know how to get their website outside of Dreamweaver into the host of their choice. In our class, we use Netlify and we use W3Spaces. So I'm going to show how to get it into both. Okay, so here it is in Dreamweaver. The site is done. It looks good on the browser. So it's ready. It's ready to be published. Mine is actually already published, but I'll go through the process of showing you how to do it, but I won't actually publish the website. Okay. So this site is ready. I have all of my stuff in Dreamweaver. I have it set up in a site like it's supposed to, site. And then if I click through each different one, it's going to go to a different page that is a part of the site. Okay, so now I have it ready. And now it's a matter of getting it into here. And it's pretty easy. Once I have it into Dreamweaver, if I go up here to site, I will also see that it says site and it's telling me the path. So if we look at this path, it says site, Netlify drop test, C, which is just the name, that's only in Dreamweaver. When we actually see the path of the site, we see this C colon and then users and then happy, and then it's in my OneDrive, and then it's in documents, and then I have a folder called FCC, and then in FCC I have Netlify drop test underscore LRF, which is the name of the site. So that's what that information is telling us up here. Okay, so if I ever need to know where I have my site, it's telling me right here. This is the path. All I got to do is hover over that. So then I'm going to go down to this FCC folder. And because that's where I know where it is. And in FCC, there it is, Netlify drop test. Boom. So the first thing I have to do is I'm going to zip this file. Now you'll see, like I said, I already have it zipped and everything. But just for demo purposes, I'm going to right click. And then I'm on a PC, but if you're on a Mac, it's the same thing. The words are different. Mac uses the word zip, and PC uses the word compress to zip. So either one is going to be the same thing. You want this zip file. So click on that zip file. It's going to go through. It's going to zip it for you. You have opportunity to rename this if you want. So I'm going to say, let's see, Netlify drop test. Since this is the second one, I'm going to say um, second try. And I'm always going to keep the underscore LRF. The reason I do this underscore LRF, if you're ever later on looking for a file, and let's say you work for McDonald's and you do so much stuff for McDonald's, you got their posters, you got their their uh media information, their videos, just you got everything McDonald's, and you specifically want to find the website. Well, with everything named the same, it makes it harder to find. If you have that underscore LRF there, then that helps you find things that are specifically that deal with websites. Every website I build has the underscore LRF. All right, I apologize for that noise. I forgot to close Facebook and I'm not going to close it now. But anyway, okay. So I have this file, this zip file, and you can see it's got a little zip, looks different than these folders because it has a zip. So now I'm ready to take this to the next level. There's a few places I can take this. If I go to W3 Schools, I can even actually just take it in its folder form, or we'll try zipping it. We'll try either one. Okay, so now I got these spaces. When you get to spaces.w3schools.com, if you're using that one, all you do is click on the plus and you're creating a new space. This is going to come up. It looks intimidating. It's not. So let's name it first. So I'm going to say test, test. Probably have so many name tests. Testy, test. Okay, there we go. Oh, name must start with lowercase. That's true. Okay. Test. That's true. Oh, look, that one's available. Just the word. Okay, cool. Is it really? It can't be because I know I have a lot named test. I'm gonna say test, test, test. test. I can't believe that's, let me just come up with something unique. I'll say testing for students. Okay. And so I'm not sure if I have space inside of W3 Schools right now, but testing for students, and I need to tell it what type of site I want. I'm gonna copy this just in case I need it later. But testing for students, and basic, right? We're just gonna do basic. I might be out of space. We'll see. So we do basic, and then we're gonna say blank. Always choose blank for this. And then this is just gonna give us a default template. It doesn't, we don't have to worry about it. But once you do that, you're going to see the create button, click that, and then it's going to say, hey, creating a space. It's going to be testing for students at W3Spaces.com. That is the web link. So if you're my student, this is the web link that you're going to give me. If you're creating this for an employer or whatever, that's the web link you're going to give the person. So what you name this matters. I'm going to delete this site. This is just for demo purposes, but I do want to let you guys know that. So whatever you name this, it's going to be whatever you name it, .w3spaces.com. I'm going to hit create. It's going to go through and it's going to create this site for us. And like I said, it's going to be blank. It's going to give us a blank index.html file. And here's the README file. Definitely read through this because this will tell you some other stuff like Google Analytics. You can use that on here. Information about your images, icons, fonts, all that fun stuff. You can upgrade to Pro to get more things on your site and things like that. But otherwise, this looks good. I don't need the README, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. And now my site is made. I can hit on preview just so that we can see what's here. You're going to see nothing because we didn't create anything. It is just a blank page and I don't have anything here yet. So, all right. So what we're going to do is I can go to files. I can also go to my editor. Let's click here. And I can go to files. And when I see files, I'm going to see that blank index.html that really, like I said, means nothing because we didn't really do anything to it. README, script, styles, whatever. Okay, so W3 School does have a limited amount of space that they give you free, but honestly, students run out, so they will have to do the paid version if you're going to do this one because it's not going to let you upload all of your work. But anyway, so this blank index.html file, we're going to get rid of it in a second or replace it. But here are all the options you can do on your site. Notice as you move the cursor, you are getting the edit, the path, and there's more. And then more, you'll see rename or move to folder. So this is how these work for each of these. Okay. Now, what we can do is if you have a GitHub, and if you know GitHub, my class, we're not really doing GitHub unless they want to. It's a level 1 class, and we don't start here. But anyway, so download zip. And this is where you can take the site that you create and download it to a zip file so that you can send it to another host server or anything like that. Here is upload to root, and this is how you're uploading to your root folder on the server, which is on W3 Schools server. So you can upload information there. This one is if you want to create a new root file, so a new index.html, a new contact page or whatever, you can actually create everything straight from here. If you want to create a new root folder, which is your folder, you can create that here. And then you have options of filtering out what you see. Okay, so pretty easy. What we're going to do is we're going to upload to root. So we're going to click here, and then we're going to navigate to that FCC folder and Netlify drop test. And then we have these in here that we can bring in individually if you want. But what I want to see is if it will bring in that entire zip. So let's try this. Shall we? We shall. Okay, so Netlify test drop, LRF, go ahead and grab it. And it doesn't bring in the zip files. I was just wondering, I haven't tried that with this yet to see. So you will have to bring in each file individually. That's the only downfall. One thing with that though, if we upload to root and you can grab them. I do know we can grab multiple ones, or we could the last time, so we'll see. We can grab multiple ones. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this Netlify test drop, and I'm going to see if this shift click works. Okay, let's try it. Let's click on open, and let's see. And it's asking us, do we want to overwrite that index.html? And yes, we do. So click on that, and it's going to go through. It's going to grab all those files, and it's going to bring them in. So we just have to wait a few minutes. There we go. And now what we will see is, and this is something that we need to check as well. So we have our styling bonus HTML, we have a styling bonus, we have a README, we have an index, we have our scripts, we have when we have our index.html. So we do have these files, but what we don't have is our images folder, and we don't have, so what it did was it kind of ignored the folders because it can't bring the folders in. But what I like to do is to go ahead and make a new root folder so that we don't forget. And we'll say images and hit create folder, and we'll see that folder over there. And then I'm going to create another folder, make sure I'm not in anything, another root folder, and I'm going to do it. I think I named it styles. Styles. Okay. All right. So now I have these two folders that we're going to bring in. One thing because what we want to make sure of, let me click over here real quick, is we want to make sure that our structure matches this structure. So if I have an images folder, which I do, and I have a CSS folder, so that tells me I need to change the name of this folder to CSS. I'm glad I made that mistake because a lot of times you won't know how to fix it. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click on more, and I'm going to click rename. It's very easy. All I got to do is name it CSS. Make sure the title case matches. See that CSS matches this CSS I have over here. And this images with an S, all lowercase, matches this images over here. So now I have this, and you're like, oh, but your CSS came in. It's okay. We're going to move that where it needs to go. All right, so in the images folder, what do we have? We have some images inside of here that we need to grab. So we need to go back to our folder that we have. Which one do I have open? FCC File Explorer. Okay. Then we go back to our folder that we have, and we need to go here, and we need to grab those images that are inside of there. But I want the images to come and be inside of this folder. So what I need to do over here is go ahead and select this folder, and I should be able to bring it directly in to this folder. Hang on. Let me go ahead and click on, yeah, I'll be able to bring it in as long as I'm on the right one. I'm on images, and I'm clicking this folder. And what do you want? Sorry. I'm on images, and I'm in this folder, and I want to bring these files into this folder. New file, new folder, upload. Okay. So I'm going to click on upload. There we go. And it should bring these images inside of this folder. Okay, so I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to click open. Which one? Does it web? Okay, so there's some file that it doesn't like, but that's okay. I don't think that's going to mess us up too much. All right, here we go. Boom. Okay, so the file's in, and notice they're in the images folder. So where you click does matter. I'm not worried about that one. I think that's a Simply recipe. So that's, yeah. Anyway, so I got the images here. And then the next thing that I want to do is I want to bring this style sheet that I'm hoping is the correct one. Let me check it real quick. It's okay. I'll check it in a minute. Let's move it. So now I'm gonna go up here to move to folder, and I'll click that. And I'm not quite sure what's happening with that. Hang on, let me go back to index. Let me go down here. See the preview and they're gray for some reason, so I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna delete it. Yep, delete that file. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do now is bring in that style sheet, but I'm gonna go up here where that CSS is, and I'm gonna bring it in here. All right, so I'm gonna click on more, click on upload, and then I'm gonna go back to my Netlify, and I'm gonna bring it in. And what I'm doing is emulating this so that it looks exactly the same as it looks on Dreamweaver here, because if it does not, then stuff isn't going to work and stuff's going to be broken. Okay, so now that looks good. Now we're good. Now if I hit preview, it should have a good looking file. Although I'm getting you're not authorized to access this resource. Let me actually copy. Uh, Let me go to copy this web address. I'm going to grab it from here, copy that, and I'm going to bring it into another browser because sometimes it does happen, and it happens because I'm on a secure site with wants me to log in. Okay. Now let's see if I can get a preview. I'm on a different window. I'll show you guys in just a second. Okay. So now in this preview, I'm actually getting the preview of the website. So it's just because this is secure. This is my school's um site, and yeah, it's just not displaying it. But anyway, so I'm gonna close this README file. Okay, and now I get a preview of what this is going to look like, which is awesome. So now what I want to do is I'm going to connect the domain. I'm going to grab here, copy that, and this is where you want to copy it from to send it to me. For some reason, this share you would think would give you the full address, and it doesn't. We learned that this semester. So if I paste this in, this is the one that I copied earlier and pasted, then it's going to take me directly to the site. And there's one picture that shouldn't work, and that's the one that didn't come in correctly, and I'll fix that later. But check that out. So now we have the site, and we have all the images except for two. So there were two images that that it didn't like. Okay, so that's how you get it from Dreamweaver to your to the to W3 Schools, and it's a working file. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close these two so that you see that I closed them. But that's how you get it from Dreamweaver into W3Spaces. Now, how do we get it from Dreamweaver to Netlify? That's the next step. Okay, so it's pretty much the same process, except for in Netlify, we can actually take the zip file, which is kind of cool. So this is what Netlify looks like, a Netlify. And remember, I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I already have the site up here. Here it is right here. But with Netlify, see where it says, want to deploy a new site without connecting to Git, drag and drop your output folder here. So you can just click here, grab your zip file. So for this one, we're going to grab the zip file. I'm going to go back to FCC, and I'm going to go to, where did I save it? Let me see. Go over here, Netlify 1 images. Oh, it's showing up here. It's not showing up here. Let me see. So if oh, the zip files aren't showing up. Hang on. Okay, so with Netlify, I guess we can drag our whole folder. So I can grab this folder, drop it here, and notice it's the whole folder. And it's gonna upload it, and then you tell it to deploy, and you'll have a link to it. You can even hit preview. Oh, let me move you down. Let me hit. I think I already uploaded it. I thought. Let me hit cancel real quick. And let's preview. See. Yep. There you go. So that's how easy it is in Netlify. And all you have to do is send me the link. So it's super easy to get it from Dreamweaver into either or. Either you go to W3 Schools, W3 Spaces, where you have a few additional steps to take, but you can get it in there. Or you can go to Netlify, and it will and you just drag and drop it in after you make your account and everything. And Netlify is an awesome option that we found this semester. I can't remember. I would love to credit the site that I saw that showed it. Actually, you know what? I think it was AI. I think it was AI. I asked how how can my students display their projects, a free hosting option, and it gave me these options, and Netlify was one, and it did a great job, and it has been amazing for my students to get, because really not all of them are going into web design. They just need some place to store their site so that I can see it. So some place to host their site on so that I can see it. Then they're done with it after that, a lot of them. Some actually go into web and get hosting sites, but really all I needed this semester was a site for them to be able to deploy their site and have me be able to see it. And this has been an amazing option. So if you don't know about Netlify, Netlify, it is amazing and I am a fan. Okay, so that's all I want to do in this video. I just want to show you how to get it from Dreamweaver, your site that's fully done, and bringing it into either W3Spaces or Netlify. So hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know that it worked for you and that you like it and all that fun stuff. Okay, so that's it for today. Until next time, ta-ta for now. Ta-ta, ta-ta.